Man, it took too long. I don't have any tea anymore. What am I supposed to do now? Just work without anything to consume? All right. So, we have an issue with the rate marching here not properly working. It's like... I'm not sure where the issue actually arises. Because when you do it here, right, it doesn't work. And I don't know why. But if I move over there, it works. But why? And down here too, it works. It's crooked, so it's not correct, but it works. So, no, actually, I think it doesn't work. Yeah, okay, it doesn't. It's... I think partially something isn't being cleared, and it should be. Estimated force position. And then that's set there. I don't really like nulling it here, but we can try it, see if it works. Same here. But I think that doesn't matter that much. So what am I doing here? I'm creating temp bounds, which is tile bounds. We change that to ray map position. Now the question is, I don't know. I just don't understand really why it's colliding. Because it shouldn't be. It could have something to do with how the ray is utilized, but I think it shouldn't matter. Because the ray map position, what is that? That's tile position. Yeah, so we start at tile position, which means that as long as we use this as the center point of the boundaries, then it should be correct. That's a Y. We're probably gonna have to do some more breakpoints. I don't think it's here. I don't really think it's here either. The problem could still be in the line casting itself. So here we're doing line casting. Find targeting area. And I just wonder... it shouldn't matter here. Yeah. And then here it just gets added to a new position list, which we're then supposed to use to do another ray cast. What happens if we start it and we put them diagonally to begin with? Is it like the starting position? Is it the... Is something like not updated properly? Yeah, like... Canceling due to collision, count 5. But that's what's so weird. How is it... Because I'm not checking myself, right? Is it possible that... Movement force ray iterate... There's just something that's busted and I don't understand it. This should be a Y, but it doesn't matter. Because we get here, right? What's happening is that we are ray casting two objects at the same time, moving in the same direction. And because of that, I have to iterate them one step at a time. So first, most likely the guy who's doing the charge is going to get iterated purely because he was added first to the game. Right, so he's just going to be first in the combat object list. He charges, or rather, he's not even charging. We're just doing the preview. We're just hovering the mouse over the target, and then he gets internally. He has a preview position that gets changed to the new target where he's supposed to end up. And then from there, he then gets force added to him in a certain direction. He's supposed to move 2 tiles in a certain direction. So we use a DDA algorithm to step those tiles. And the way I'm doing it is I initialize the DDA algorithm in each object that needs to be ray traced. And then I put them in a list where I iterate through them and just do like one step for each. And then we iterate through that list until all of the objects are removed from the list because they've finished moving. And the issue with this is that if we're moving to the right and we have 2 objects and one object is on the left of the other one and they're touching, then if the object on the left is first in the array or in the list, he's going to collide. And the way I solved that was to have like a threshold with how many times you can collide without moving before the operation is cancelled. And I put it at 5 now, which is a lot. And so the object on the left tries to move to the right, but there's an object there. So we simply don't iterate, and we add 1 to the force collision count. And then the other object does the same thing, except it successfully moves. And then we come back to the previous object, and now the space should be freed up and he can move there. And that's what I'm doing. And if he moves there, see, we're checking for collision here. If collision check, we do this. And he's not colliding with himself. I'm already checking that. And then if this doesn't happen, then we just go down here, ray step count, iterate the ray step. If the ray step count is greater than the total distance, then we finish. Otherwise, we reset force collision count, so it doesn't like add up. I don't think it's something like this either, that it's the map position. The only thing that I can see is that maybe the map position should be iterated once. in the initialize, because otherwise the first check is gonna be on himself, and that doesn't really do anything, right? Oof. Yeah. I think we're just gonna have to attach. I updated the other project to Unity 6, the newest version, and as always, they made things uglier again. This version is actually the best looking Unity version ever. The one before this, when it was like Unity 2019 or whatever, the one that was forced to be gray, that one was ass. And now they're making it look cool. It's gonna look cool. They're making all of the buttons look modern, which means it looks like ass. It's like Unreal. Unreal looks like total ass. It's one of the ugliest engines I've ever seen. It's so bad. I really do not need my video game engine workspace to look like a video game. Okay, so we're in here. We're now initting. I don't see any issues with the init. Distance is 2, collision count 0. Current ray positions, correct. Ray step is 1. And thankfully the sign function returns 0 as 0. Sometimes it doesn't. I think maybe it's math F that does it. There's one of the sign functions. It does not return 1 for 0. Unless that's something I'm hallucinating. But I recognize running into that. Okay, what did I press? What's F9? I don't know. And neither does this. Full distance 2. Then we're going in and we're iterating. Here we're just checking for colliders, and this doesn't really happen, so I'm just gonna continue to down here. This is the only thing that really matters. So my temp bounds are now 999. Ray map position is 9. And here the tile bounds are 794 for this one. 680. And 80. Huh? Six, 8, 7, 9. And 8, 11, 9. What is this? This is tile position 7, 9. Oh. Yeah, that's correct. The reason it was confusing is because the preview tile position actually includes the initial charge. So that's why it's different. So here I'm getting the tile bounds of the object that I'm checking. But the tile bounds isn't updated in the preview step. So therefore, I'm checking after we have gotten the tile bounds, I'm checking if the object exists within the force affected object list. And if it does, then we change it to be its ray map position instead. Because that means it has a ray map position. Otherwise the ray map position is gonna be like 0 or some shit. And then we do a boundary collision versus the temp bounds that we set out down here, which is our ray map position, versus their ray map position. And so far, I don't think that there's like an actual problem. If call check, which is false, then we jump down there. Raise step count +1. These take forever if you don't step over them, and they don't matter either. Those are fine. So ray map position is now iterated to 10, 9. Sure. It's not slated for removal. And now we are at I1. And here we are at 11.9. And this is all gonna be whatever. Then we set temp bounds here. The temp bounds for this guy is $11.9. Yeah, and that's correct. It's 11.9. Then we go in here. That, let's see, we're checking 1 now, or 0. So 0 here has a tile bound of 6.8 to 7.9. Then we check this, and that's correct. So now we instead get the ray bounds, or the ray map based bounds, which then is 10.9 to 11.10. So 11.9 to 12.10 and 10.9 to 11.10 I think this should collide now. But it didn't. No, it did. So now we go in here, collision count. It's because it skipped past the line, because I have it set like this, which I don't know why I do, but let's not change it in the middle of this. Of course, collision count is updated. And then we return false. Can't access the data module. This is the Spearman. Yeah, this is weird. This is incorrect, I think. Because if this is the Spearman should not be colliding. Why is the Spearman colliding? That was I won. That's the Spearman. How is the Spearman colliding? The ray map position here is 1090. That means that the maximum X and Y should also be that. But it's 11. What? Oh, I see. I did it again. You know what? I'm actually gonna rename this. This is gonna be called like free size, maybe. Because it's too easy to make the mistake. So I've set this to use this size instead of that size. And the difference is that this size is for exact tile size, while this size is for creating collision bounds in free roam. And that has to be smaller than the combat-based tile size, otherwise fitting into like doors and shit is gonna be impossible. All right. This should in fact not really be used almost anywhere right now. So okay. It still doesn't work. Oh. Fuck! It didn't change anything. It behaves literally exactly the same. How? That was it. That was the bug. Alright. This time our ray map position is based on preview tile position 11.8. This guy is at 13.8. This guy occupies 12.13. Then we create temp bounds. The temp bounds are 10.11. Yeah, this position 7.8. Temp bounds are now 11.8. Ray map position is 11.8, so max position should be 11.8, which is true. File size is now 2. We're subtracting 1 because it's 2. And then we're now checking against the other object, getting its tile bounds, which is 13.8, which means it should not collide, right? Then it's a force affected object, so then we instead change this to be based on its ray map position, which is still 13.8. 13.8. 11.8. That is not a collision. Yeah. So far we have gotten further than last time, I think. Iterate the ray map position, it's now 12. And now it's the other guy. His bounds are oh, I see the issue. Fuck. I understand. Oh, man, that's tedious. How do I handle that? Because the problem is... Ugh. I think maybe I need to just make another variable. The problem is the ray map position has to be updated last, right? That's the position that we are stepping through the world with in order to check for collision, and it has to be updated after we have checked the position. So we check the position and then we increment it, and then in the next iteration we check that step, right? So it's like the ray map position is always one ahead. And if I try to then use the ray map position to read the position of the other target, then that's going to always be one step ahead incorrectly. So that's what's happening now. And because of that, it's weird. And I can't just like update the position every step of the way, because I could probably do that for the actual execution, but for the preview I can't do that. I need another variable that we're gonna set in between. Fuck. I could maybe use the estimated force position, and then we just use that and update that. Yeah, let's do that. Here in force init, we're gonna say estimated force position equals ray map position. And then we're gonna say we're gonna do this. We are going to immediately do this and iterate the mask or the map position, because otherwise what happens is that you start the check on top of yourself, which is kind of meaningless. But that also means that this has to be if ray step count is greater than or equal to force total distance, otherwise it's going to step too far. Then we do that. And then we are going to say instead of ray map position, this is going to be estimated force position dot value. This is going to be tile bounce. And then what we're going to do is the estimated force position will be updated here. Because here we have confirmed that we are moving past. We are not colliding, we are actually updating. And then in here, movement ray cancel. Let's say estimated force position equals. No, it shouldn't really happen here. It's one of those things where I really don't like doing it like this, and I do it way too often. Where I do the force execution here, and then here I set movement tiles to yellow, and in here, this is where I am resetting the estimated force position. So, because it's just hidden somewhere, right? Like we're just doing it. And I don't like that. So I think maybe there should be a separate function here that handles stuff like that, like reset, like object force reset or something like that. I really don't like this name, but something like that, so that it's more clear and we have it there somewhere, instead of it just being like a random variable is being set in this random fucking thing. But let's see if that does anything. It doesn't work. And why not? Did I just forget to write it somewhere? Is it finalized? Maybe? Yeah. Movement ray finalized. This now needs to instead say estimated force position dot value. Eh. I mean, I think that might work. It's just the estimated force position. The name becomes kind of confusing, since it will be used for the actual execution as well. But let's try that. Let's try that. I think it's still not gonna work, because it should have worked there, but the positions should have just been a bit wrong. But it didn't really. Canceling due to collision count. Ow! What? Wait a second. This should actually be ray map position. Because here we are checking ahead. We're trying to move here. This is basically file to test, or yeah. Let's just call it that. It's not a tile, it's bound, but whatever. Because if this is the next one, and if that fails, then we do not iterate. So this needs to be checking ahead without saving the value that we're checking ahead. Yeah. There we go. Oh my god. It works? Oh. Hey, it works. Holy shit. How useless do you think that thing is? I think that's useless. I just wanted to try it. Oh, maybe it's not useless. Maybe it's actually great. Shit. Not sure if it's good though. He might be good. Now, the next question is, does it work beyond the preview? It did. It worked. What if we go up against the wall here and we do a charge? What happens then? Then it crashes. Hooray! Oh, okay. This is an easy fix. This is just... We wrap that like so. Then that should not crash anymore. Because it didn't crash based on the logic itself, it crashed based on the implementation of the execution. So he should just charge towards him, and then they should both attempt to move up into the wall, and they're both gonna fail until it times out. Fuck! Yeah, the target new position list apparently likes being null. I don't know. Maybe it should just be initialized immediately always, that way we can just check counts. I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know, I have like I have this thing about null. Like, for whatever reason I try to use null more than I should. Alright, well that works. I think it is finished. No, it's not! It crashed! How'd you crash this time? Why did you crash? Target tool. Here? Source new position gets set to null here, right? What is happening here? Set push preview direction. Where am I here? Find targeting area. Source new position. This one is a little trickier. This is setting the... because giving the object itself, or giving the target a direction based on where it should move, is just source plus target, or target position minus source position, right? But giving the source a position is a little bit harder. Because it's not necessarily about the target, right? I have an idea. Why don't I set it to, instead of it being source new position, source post movement vector, source new position minus object current tile position. Let's do mouse tile position. But that doesn't necessarily work either. So we have to say, if mod parents dot source new position does not equal null, then we need to do it one way, which is source mod parents dot source new position dot value. Else we do this with the mouse tile. Because the issue here is that I don't necessarily, like, this isn't necessarily something that targets an object. And if I use this in a way where the idea here is that we have two types of movement for the user. One is just movement. We just change the position, and that's fine. We just make a collision check with the line, and if that's fine, we just set the position from here to here. It's done. But then after that, in order for the unit to be able to like move through or move with a unit that's getting pushed, or if there are several units all getting pushed at the same time, those need also to have this other special force-based system. But if the unit like charges another unit, then we simply move him there first. That's what this is. This just gets set. But if we are already standing next to the target, then there's no position to set, right? And that's the thing there. And here in the action, we also have to do that here. If source new position does not equal null, set push direction. Yeah, this is where it's... How do we set it here? I might need to... What if instead we do this? Because if source post movement vector has value, that means that it needs to do this. It's supposed to do this. So what if instead of doing this, we say if mod params dot source new position has value is false, then we're gonna say mod params dot source new position equals mouse tile position, and then we can remove this, and then we just do that, right? Like that way the position is always a thing. It's just now it's based on the mouse instead of the actual source position. I think that should be okay. That's weird. Like, why would it end up here? Oh, it's just never finished, man. Oh. Now he ends up here. Now it just doesn't update. What? Why isn't it updating? It should run this every update. So why is that not updating? This is so tiring. Come on. Like, it works there, it's fine. You move a little bit. It's wrong here, though. But I'm not sure if it is wrong, actually. I mean, it is wrong, but I'm not sure if it's wrong for that reason. There's still something where... things aren't exactly right. Because you can see, like, the line to the unit is different from where the green is. And there's no real reason for that, because the green should end up in the line somewhere, because that's the direction. But the line as well, the line is actually currently able to target different parts of the unit, which I'm not sure if I want to do. I haven't decided on that either way. It's one of those things where I feel like, okay, if we do it just, you target the whole thing, like, okay, that's just easier. But then there is also a factor of, like, why can't I just target down here? Like, we have the tiles, right? Like, it's already split into smaller tiles, so why can I not do this? And I think maybe... It's like being stuck in a swamp. Like you manage to take one step, and you're like, finally. But there are like 10 steps after that. And then you finally get to the grass, and the grass is just like floating on top, and it actually just sags down as well. Oh. But see, now it doesn't even draw the green. So why were you drawing the green in the first place before? But now it's drawing the green correctly. No, it isn't. I mean, what was the bug? Now it's showing green here, but why is it doing that? What's gonna happen if I use it now? It's actually bugged then. Oi. Oh. So where is that happening then? That means that that's gotta be happening in the actual pathfinding itself. Right? Hello. Yeah, I fixed one thing, but it's still... Oh, possums, how's it going? And yes, you're right. You're right, possums. It's probably in here somewhere. Which is also strange. It's gonna be in check line collision. But like, why? What? Like, what? There's like some remnant data or some bullshit. Because if we place it here, and we tackle him against the wall, oh, now it crashes instead. So there is something. Here. What? Why would it crash there? It doesn't even do anything. It's not even related. Draw dynamic grid. We are generating a bitwise grid based on the PF result. And here, we somehow it's setting a value that's outside of the map. Can you run continue on a for each? Check if tile in world. So we have to have a little grid check here apparently. And then, if this is false, then we continue the for each. Dude, this is genuinely like, it is rivaling or surpassing the fucking rendering code. Either that or I have forgotten how bad this was. Actually, I think this was worse. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this was worse. But this is definitely encroaching on its shittiness. Oh. Oh, I'm getting agitated just sitting. Oh, hello, Flannel Beard. Thanks for the raid. How's it going? I should make more tea. What is the problem? It's so weird. It's doing such weird things. But I think the issue has to stem from some values being like null or reading values that are set but not cleared. Something like that. What happens now if we just do this? We shield charge this guy. Yeah, now he's just drawing here. And this doesn't make any sense either. Because this isn't even an accurate vector. Because if I'm standing here, what shield charge does is it moves me towards the target. Which it's not really doing because we're point blank, right? And then it adds force to the character that's supposed to move it forwards, towards the direction. And the direction is top right corner to top right corner. And since we are point blank, we can't really set that position to ourselves. So right now I've added the mouse position as a variable for that. But the mouse, if I move the mouse here, right? Like, it's not moving, it's not changing based on that either. So what are we doing? What is this? Oh, Captain, how's it going? What is this? This is check line collision. And I think this is... yeah. Here we are canceling, cancel. They're both cancelled. So why... where is this movement coming from? Oh my god. Alright, let's set a breakpoint here somewhere. No, here. Here, maybe. It's just... yeah, no, this would be fine, I think. Let's attach to that. Oh. Now we're here. No, never mind. We are doing the forced execution first. I mean... huh? Why is it saying it won't be hit? No, we're there. Right? I'm gonna set the mod params here. And here we have target new position list is null. Source new position is null. Preview tile position is 0. I wonder if that's a problem. This was set to mouse tile position. And now we use that to set a direction. Oh, I'll be right back. Alright, so yeah, I keep having some recurring nosebleeds right now, so I'm gonna just try to work off stream for a bit, and yeah. Anyway, sorry for that. I'll see you guys around. Bye.